and they said I had carpal tunnel and wanted to do an operation. So they wanted to do an operation on my hips to remove the fluid for the bursitis. They want to do an operation on my hand to release the carpal tunnel. And I just went, whoa, hang on a second. Can you not put all these things together and realize that I am filled with inflammation? There is an inflammation issue going on here, not 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever individual things. You can't treat these individually. So I gave up on the doctor and I started doing some research myself. So in my opinion, the body, it becomes inflamed and creates fluid like bursitis in reaction to something going on. Something's going on. And that's a protection mechanism for your body. You shouldn't be removing it. You should be looking at the source. So they wanted to give me strong painkillers as well, cocodamol, to deal with the pain. And I just thought, not doing that. I don't even take paracetamol. So, I'm not taking cocodamol. So I started researching and looking into what on earth can I do? Why would I be filled with inflammation? And turns out what I've discovered, I mentioned this to the doctor and they dismissed it. They basically just ignored me and carried on talking. But during COVID, everyone had COVID around me, loads of people. I never had it. The major pandemic came to an end, the virus changed, etc. I then got COVID. And I wasn't hugely ill, but I was in bed for at least 3 days and then ill for about 7. And it was from then that I had all this pain in my body. Well, I'm originally from South Africa. I live in the United Kingdom. Not very good at dealing with the cold. My day-to-day life is I am a modern workplace pre-sales consultant. So I spend a lot of time in meetings. I work from home the majority of the time and sit at my desk for long hours. Then if I do go outside and it's winter and it's freezing cold, my bones ache. Which is not great. I knew nothing about grounding, never heard of it before. So I suddenly became very painful in all of my joints. I'd had plantar fasciitis before, many years ago, and I did all the right things and it healed. With the cold, I've got one of those weather forecast type ankle joints. When it rains, I feel it because the joint aches. Apparently it's a thing. And I've got a little bit of that in my knee and I've had that for many years. But it only ached when it was going to rain. But then suddenly I got plantar fasciitis in both feet. Well, basically, every single joint, all my muscles ached. I couldn't hold my weight standing up. My hips wouldn't hold my weight. And for someone that walked a lot and was out and about a lot, that was quite a shock. So I went to the GP and they diagnosed everything individually. So I had plantar fasciitis in both feet. I had something going on with my ankle. I've forgotten the name they gave it. I had bursitis of something in my knee. I had hip bursitis. I don't know what they called my muscle aches. I don't know what they called that. And then I had something going on in my shoulder where my shoulder was aching. My elbows were aching. I've forgotten what they called that. So I realized that I had these toxins in my body or this virus, whatever, that was affecting my body. And I needed to clear that in order to clear the symptoms. And so I then started doing some research on my own as to exactly how I could do that. And earthing came up. And I mentioned it to my daughter, who said, "Oh, I've seen this Instagram post, Down to Ground." And that's how I found you. There were two things that I realized I've got to do something about this. Was one, I had an area under my right foot that it's nerve ending related, and it was burning, like a burning sensation, like it was so intense. The top of my foot was cold, but the underneath of my foot, even when if I touched it, it wasn't hot. Burning sensation was horrible. And then my hips were so sore. I couldn't sleep. It was waking me up. I couldn't hold my own weight. And that's what triggered me to go, do you know what? I need to do something about this. Within 3 days, the burning sensation that I talked about, that was completely overwhelming, that disappeared. And actually, I noticed after 5 days that it had disappeared. But then I looked back and I thought, oh, I didn't even notice it go. Suddenly it was gone. Do you know what I mean? You live with something for so long and then don't even notice when it's gone, when you start becoming normalized. So that was the first thing I noticed. And I then bought a pillowcase. And oh my goodness, what an amazing product, because you've got your skin on it, bare skin on it. And I sleep with my hand under my pillow and my face on my pillow. And I wear a Fitbit. I can now look back on my Fitbit and see the difference between the amount of deep sleep. I was getting an hour if I was lucky, on a very good day. But now, since the pillow, I'm getting like an hour and a half. And on one particular day, I got more than an hour and a half deep sleep. And it's made such a difference to my day. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was needing to go and close my eyes for at least 20 minutes because I was just so tired. And I don't have to do that anymore. I wasn't concerned about plugging it in at all. My only concern was I thought, it sounded too good to be true. Turns out it is too good to be true. It is true. It's completely true. Yeah. Stop thinking about it. Do it. Just do it. You will not be sorry.